Alright, video game warriors, welcome on back to our Soul Reaver 1 Remastered 100% walkthrough. This is episode 6. Let's get cracking. We need to head over to Rahab territory, so we are going to warp to that. Just going to remember what the symbol is. It looks like not that one there. So let's head on over. Make sure that you have, in the previous episode we got an aerial hint, so make sure to grab the aerial hint, which is the one after the Tomb Guardian, the Sarafan Tomb Guardian, so we have got that. So we need to work our way through Rahab's territory next. There is a missable achievement here as well, so we need to be very, very careful. Make sure to pop a save. It is very important to pop a save, so we're going to pop a save in just a sec. I just need to hit that with the projectile. You might need to manually aim that, so hold down right trigger, hold down Y and then let go. You have to basically get that bang in the center for the door to open. It's also night time, which is not going to help our cause here, but oh well, it's fine. So what we need to do is pop a save here. It is vitally important that we pop a save. So I'm going to pop my save over slot 9. So save over slot 9 and then resume. Alright, let's go for it. So we need to make sure that we don't fall in the water up until a point where we pull a chain to ring a bell. So a lot of the times here we're going to be using high jumps. So crouching, kind of like pushing towards the edge of the ledge like so, then high jump and then glide across. And most of the jumps are going to be like that. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So crouch, high jump. You might grab the ledge there, but that's fine. As long as you don't fall into the water and it turns you into the spectral realm, then you should be absolutely fine. It doesn't matter if you just dipped in the water, like to grab the ledge just like that. What's tricky here is these guys shoot the projectiles. So on that bit I went a little bit to the side. So I did kind of like a bit of a diagonal type glide there to try and avoid that guy's projectile, because that's probably one of the main reasons that you might fall into the water, is because they're projectiles. So we can use the force glyph there to pop him onto the spikes. Absorb the soul. We'll grab a torch here and go for the scorch achievement here. Just give him the old one too. So with these enemies, they can swim and they don't have the weakness to water, so you can't actually throw them in the water. Well, you can throw them in the water, but it won't really do anything. They'll just get wet and that's about it. So let's head on in. They usually start their combat with a projectile as well, so if I'm approaching them, what I'll tend to do is try and sort of like go around the side a little bit, like so, because I don't think they always start with a projectile, but like about 99% of the time they will start with a projectile. But basically, yeah, we just need to keep working our way through this section here until we pull a chain to ring a bell and just don't fall in the water the whole way through. This bit is a little bit tricky. Once again, just go for the crouches, jumps, and then just let go as Raziel is like directly over the platform. So you may need to let go of glide sort of like slightly before the glide ends, if that makes sense. Automatically you just let go, like as Raziel is directly over the top of the platform essentially here. This one can sometimes make him slide off, the one that's coming up, so I tend to go into a crouch straight away here. So glide at the top, you might grab, and then I go into crouch straight away because it can be a little bit dodgy, this platform here, and it can make Raziel like slip off, so just be really careful. With this one here, we've got a projectile enemy once again, so what I'm going to try and do is like land on maybe like the left side of this upcoming platform, and then kind of like pull Raziel to the right a little bit, hopefully to avoid the projectile. Or if he gets hit by the projectile, he's got enough room to be knocked back but stay on the platform, if that makes sense. So I'm going to kind of go towards the left-ish of that platform. And then pull to the right, if you saw that, and then make the final jump here. You can basically just skip that, guys, so it doesn't really matter too much. There's some more water coming up, I think, in just a sec. So what we'll do is, I think there's a section that's quite close where you have to go into the spectral realm to avoid the water. So yeah, it's this bit here, so make sure to don't fall into that. Go spectral realm first, then go in. This doesn't count because you're in spectral. Keep on popping forward, and then what we need to do is look for a ledge, which is just here. This is really difficult to see. It took me ages to find this. It's literally just a strange ledge that's kind of like poking out a little bit. Then we're going to go, wrong button, going to pop into the physical realm with that portal just there. Climb up, go to the left. Once again, this bit is really tricky, and you want to be using this crouch thing here. So once again, if you crouch and walk towards a ledge, it won't. It doesn't let Raziel fall off, so just make sure to use this to your advantage here. Just don't let go of crouch. So for this bit, we're kind of going to go on the left side here. Also, if anyone's played Dark Souls 1, this is there's a section with the beams in Dark Souls 1, which I feel like this probably inspired that section of Dark Souls 1. Anyway, we're going to do like a sort of like a diagonal glide here. So you want to be going on the left side and then high jump in and then glide in sort of diagonally across, and then we're just going to repeat that. So diagonal, and just keep going sort of like in that kind of motion like that. Okay, and then jump through. A couple of enemies in here. That's an absolute nightmare that we just got hit by that. There's a couple of different ways we could play this. Ideally, we don't want to leave these guys alive whilst we are making the next jump section, because the next jump section is a bit brutal. But we probably could just leave these back here, to be fair, at this point, so I'm going to do this quite quick. So smash that with projectile, high jump, and then high jump, but don't start the glide. You want to start the glide here at the top of the high jump. So high jump and then start gliding. High jump and then start gliding. Don't sort of like jump forward on that section and then start gliding. What I do is do a high jump and then I glide at the top of the high jump, like, but the high jump stays in the same place and then go forward, if that makes sense. It tends to make those sections there just a little bit easier if you do it that way instead. And we are now finally at the end, so we can take a breath. And that's the achievement done for not falling in the water. And that is that. So yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff to keep in mind there. There's a lot of different tactics and stuff to keep in mind. Once again, there's a missable achievement, so I'm just going to point it out right here because this is the last opportunity that you'll get to do it. You have to go into water whilst you are in the physical realm, and it has to turn you, force you into the spectral realm. This is your last chance to do it right here. So make sure to just walk into this water and just make it force you into the spectral realm. That's because in a second we'll get the ability to be able to swim. And if you don't get that achievement literally by this point right now, then there's no possible way that you can get it in the rest of the playthrough. I think the achievement is called Disillusion, something like that. Total Dissolution, something along those lines. You'll know it when you see it. Anyway, so this is the boss. I'm just trying to remember. Sometimes this one's quite quick, sometimes not so much. It depends how if he knocks you into the water, essentially. So we're going to go to Physical Realm, and this is I'm not sure which game did it first, if it was Ocarina of Time or if it was Soul Reaver, but it's got this sort of like water. If you've played Ocarina of Time and done the water temple, it's got this sort of like same scene here where like something's like swimming around in the water and then pops up. Anyway, we're going to skip through this and then we're going to just go straight into projectile mode. So basically you just need to pop projectiles at all this stuff. Rahab will try and force you into the water. So I tend to try and stand towards the front of the platform if possible, because then it gives Raziel like a little bit of just going to stay here and get the soul back. So it's not too bad if you get popped into the spectral realm there. You got to be careful of his bite though. Obviously that does a massive amount of damage, like crazy damage. You can jump over the platform. You can like jump from platform to platform if you want to avoid his bite and stuff. But to be totally honest, I think it's easier just to stay on that one platform that has the planar portal, so you can just keep switching between the physical realm and the spectral realm. And if he bites you, you know, all you got to do is just absorb a soul and then just phase back into physical. So it's not really worth jumping the platforms in my opinion, but it's up to you. You know, do what works for you. Anyway, so we've got an achievement there. Defeat Rahab, and now as you can see, if we jump into water we now have the ability to swim, so we don't you know, we don't have that weakness anymore, so we don't get forced into the spectral realm like we used to, which is good. So a couple more things that we need to grab whilst we're here. So we need to grab the Fire Reaver. Beyond the Maelstrom of the Abyss, subterranean tunnel leads northward. Dumar is next. We'll leave Dumar for a sec, so what we're going to do is head back the way that we came, because I want to grab the Fire Reaver. So for that, we're going to kind of backtrack what we just did. Once again, just jump, start gliding. Sort of like when Raziel reaches the height of his high jump, then start gliding forward. Okay, so just going to skip these guys. And we can jump in the water now. Then we're going to do a quick Fire Reaver. That's... I don't know what it is about water enemies. It's... just water enemies just freak me out. You can't really fight back or anything. I think I got like the game that sort of like gave me the fear of underwater enemies, I think was Tomb Raider 1 a long time ago, back in the 90s, where I think it was Tomb Raider 1 where I think it was like an alligator or something, and you couldn't fight back against it. Started there many years ago. So here we have to just follow this room around until you find another stairway that's leading down. The stairway can be a little bit tricky to see, but you'll just keep sort of like going around that room until you see it, and then you'll be good to go. So you're going to follow that round, go down, swim down the stairs, and use the projectile. So once again, to use the projectile, all you do is just hold down Y, like so. You can also manually aim it. Hold down right trigger and then hold down Y and then let go. You can manually aim it that way if you want to. But anyway, just make your way through there and then just press action or attack. And that is the Fire Reaver. Achievement for that as well. What we'll do next is we'll just get one more thing whilst we are here. This Fire Reaver is awesome as well, by the way. Absolutely love how this looks and stuff. So I think what we'll do is we've got a Glyph energy upgrade to grab in Rahab's place. So let's go. I think the easiest way to get it, even though this sounds a little bit counterintuitive, we're going to save the game over slot 10. So save slot 10, and then we are going to quit. Yes. Then load slot 10. Just a couple of things that we need to grab really, so let's head. There's one that's quite near to where that boat was, which we jumped on to get to Rahab's place. So we're going to head towards where that boat is. So we're going to go here, go left. I think it's faster to like go left through here to find Rahab. That one, so Rahab Gate. And then back to physical. Also, video game warriors, if you are enjoying this video and it's helping you out and stuff, please feel free to pop a like on this video. It massively helps out. I know YouTubers say that like all the time, but genuinely it makes a huge difference to the video if you do press like or comment or share it with anyone that might find it useful. Stuff like that really helps me out, so thank you so much for doing that. Massively appreciate it. So this Glyph energy upgrade, we've teleported to Rahab's warp gate, and then we're going to head towards where this boat is, and then we want to jump in the opposite direction to the waterfall. So if you see the waterfall, you're going the wrong way. It's the other way. So opposite to the waterfall. It's a little bit tricky to see as it is very dark. Underwater enemies, my worst nightmare. Get away from them. I don't think there's any way you can really fight them. Maybe you can like use a projectile. I don't think I've ever tried it. You could try it. Well, that was I don't know if that's classed as being defeated or not, but anyway, let's push on. So what we're coming here for is this thing at the top, which is the Glyph energy upgrade item. So there we go. Make sure to grab that. Just gives you extra capacity on these Glyph energy things that you can cast, like Force Glyph, and you get like different glyphs a little bit later. So that is the upgrade from there. What we're going to do once again is save slot 10, save slot 10, and then we're going to quit. Yes, load 10 back. Then we are gonna we've got this can be a missable achievement that we're going to bag here real quick. So make sure to head here and get this. So Abyss Gate, go through, and then Physical Realm, and head this way. Feel free to let me know how you're getting on, video game warriors, with Soul Reaver as well. Let me know if it's your first time playing it. Maybe you played it back in the day. I think it was 1998. Or perhaps 1999, I can't remember, it was one of those. 98 or 99 I think it was. The old PlayStation 1 Soul Reaver. Let me know how you're getting on with your playthrough. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Like I mentioned in some of the previous episodes, I do have a no commentary long play of it as well on my second YouTube channel, which is called Video Game Galaxy. If you want to check that out, you can find Video Game Galaxy on my website, which is azzavhar.com, or you can find a link to Video Game Galaxy on the main page of my Azzavhar YouTube channel as well. So if you wanted to watch like all the cutscenes, all that stuff, you know, without commentary, you can find that on my second YouTube channel, Video Game Galaxy. Feel free to check it out. Lots of other videos on there as well if you wanna see those. It's like no commentary type stuff. So we head back here. Make sure to grab this Ariel hint here, which is, let's see what she says. Beyond the cliffs that witnessed your execution.
A silent city sits in frozen tableau, locked in eternal limbo.
Okay, so frozen city, locked in limbo, await redemption. So that is, I think that's the second to last Ariel hint, so make sure to get that. This one will trigger specifically after the Rahab boss fight, so after you defeat a Rahab, make sure to come here and get this Ariel hint, as this achievement is missable if you don't get the Ariel hints at the right times. So make sure to bag that. And we've got quite a lot of abilities at this point, so I think next we'll probably get some upgrades and collectibles, health upgrades, pizza slices, stuff like that. Also, Video Game Warriors, I'm releasing my own video game. The Steam page is up online. It's called Loki the Links. It's a colourful 2D platformer collectathon, so if you are into platformer collectathons, I'd massively appreciate it if you pop that game that I'm working on a wish list on Steam. I should be able to release it in 2025. Fingers crossed, if all goes to plan. And I hope you enjoy playing that game if you do play it in 2025. Other than that, Video Game Warriors, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.